Hello, welcome to today's talk. Today we're talking all about confidence and how to build more confidence, create more confidence for yourself. So let's get started. If you're anything like me, you might have believed in the past or at some point in your life that you were either born confident or not. And if you're anything like me, I was not born confident. I am an introvert. I identify myself as an introvert. I love being alone. I do like people, but I love my alone time. And so I always saw those who were able to be loud, to be seen, and to speak over me, and just have this effortless energy with other people. I saw them as something that I wasn't confident, and they were. And so I never thought that I could be like that. And now fast forward to where I am in my life and the things that I've learned about myself and on my journey of life, I've realized that you can create confidence, you can build confidence. And so today I'm going to share with you 3 habits that you can implement into your life to feel more confident. And you can implement all 3 habits literally right now. Like today, after you watch this video, you can implement all 3 of them. I encourage you to maybe just choose one so that you're not overwhelmed and so that you don't put more pressure on yourself. But you can always implement all 3 if that's your jam. But before I get started, I want to share something with you, and that is that you can feel confident at any moment in your life. You don't have to wait for you to achieve something or for you to gain some sort of success or have something in order for you to feel confident. And I want to demonstrate that for you. So think back at a time when you felt so confident. Take a moment to close your eyes and just go back in your mind, go back to that moment when you felt so confident. You achieved something, or someone validated you, someone recognized your efforts, and you just felt so confident. You felt so secure in yourself. You felt right in your element. You were so proud of yourself. You achieved something that you worked so hard for. Only you know the challenges and the obstacles that you had to overcome to get there, and you did it. And just your confidence was through the roof. Or maybe it was something so effortless, something that you were able to just embody, and you felt so confident walking into a room. You feel confident being a mother. You feel confident speaking to others. Whatever image came to mind, just sit with it. Sit with that emotion of confidence. Where do you feel it in your body? Is it in your chest? Is it in your shoulders? Is it in your belly? Right? Where is this confidence? Where do you feel this confidence? Is it in your head? Right? Do you feel warm? Do you feel loved? Do you feel proud of yourself? Like, really just tune in with that emotion of confidence, and tune in with what you're thinking about yourself, right? And how proud you are of yourself. Just sit with that for a moment. How confident you felt in that moment, how proud you felt of yourself. And so you can come back up, and I want to remind you that you can conjure up confidence whenever you want. You can feel confident at any moment in your life, and you just prove that to yourself by what you decided to think, by your imagination, by you just going back to a moment when you felt confident. You were able to bring that same confidence into right now, into the present moment. Remind yourself that you don't need to achieve anything to feel confident. You can feel confident right now in this moment. You don't have to win anything, succeed at anything, be validated by anyone. You can feel confident right now. And so let's get started. The first thing that I want you to get into the habit of doing is to celebrate yourself. Confetti! Celebrate yourself. You have come so far. The progress that you've made in your life, whether it's personal, whether it's business, whether it's relationships, you have come so far. You have made so much progress, and sometimes it's hard to see that for ourselves because we're in it. We've got our head down and we're only thinking about the future. We're only thinking about what we need to do next and where we want to go. And when we are just head down, just focusing on day to day to day and that big goal and how we're not there yet, and I'm not there yet, and I'm not there yet, we lose sight of how far we've come. And that's very dangerous, because when we're only focusing on what we haven't achieved yet and how we're not there yet, we're never going to feel fulfilled. We're never going to feel content, right? It's never going to be good enough, right? So it's important for us to take a moment to look back at where we were 10 years ago, 5 years ago, even a year ago, and the progress that we've made so far. And sometimes it just feels like our life is moving like snails, like, oh, I'm still struggling with this, I still don't have that business up and running, or I'm still not making $100,000 a year, or I'm still single, or I'm still, you know, struggling with this, right? We're still in this mess in our heads, right? And like in our minds, in our point of view of our lives, that we lose sight of all of the other progress that we've made, all of the other amazing things that we have accomplished, what we've learned, how we've grown, the wisdom that we've learned, right? So take a moment to celebrate yourself. This is something that I do with my clients. First, like that's how we start our coaching sessions. It's by celebrating something that happens this past week. And so get into the habit of doing that for yourself, whether it's at the end of your day, at the end of your week. Take a moment to celebrate yourself. Take a moment to feel proud of yourself, right? Don't just diminish how far you've come. Don't diminish your progress. Celebrate yourself. That's what's going to help you feel encouraged, feel motivated to keep going, feel like give you that push, that encouragement to keep moving, keep going. Look how far you've come. Look what you did this week. Look what you accomplished this week. And you can only see that if you just take a look back and acknowledge that and celebrate that for yourself. Number 2, surround yourself with supportive people. Surround yourself with a supportive environment. It is so important to be surrounded with people who love you, who encourage you, who support you, who are uplifting you, and who are on the same wavelength as you. Maybe not doing the same things as you, but they're there to support you. I'm sure you've noticed in your life, at different points in your life, wherever you were, right? Maybe at some point you were partying a lot, you were drinking a lot, you were going out a lot, you were gossiping a lot, and so were the people around you, right? You were feeding off of their gossip, and so you were going back and forth and gossiping about other people. You were going out a lot because they were going out a lot, right? So maybe you're in a different place in your life now that you don't want to do those things. You don't want to talk about other people. You don't want to go out and drink and stay out till 3 in the morning and feel like crap the next day. And so you're changing your ways, and so does your environment. Your environment needs to change its ways. The people that you surround yourself needs to change. Where you go, who you associate yourself with also needs to change if you are changing yourself as well. And there might be a period where maybe you do spend more time alone because you're distancing yourself. You haven't found your tribe now. You haven't found those supportive friends, and that's okay. Don't be afraid to be alone. This is a great time for you to build this relationship with yourself, to get to know yourself. Who are you now? What do you like now that you're not drinking, you know, and partying anymore? Like, what do you do now? What do you want to do more of? What do you want to try more of, right? So this could be a beautiful, beautiful time for you to build this relationship, get to know yourself more. But also, something that I encourage you to do is look at your social media. Look at where you spend a lot of time. And if you're watching this video, you're probably on YouTube, you're probably on Facebook, on Instagram, on TikTok, on Twitter, wherever else you're at. And so you're consuming content. And a lot of the content that we consume is not the most positive, not the most uplifting and supportive and encouraging content, right? A lot of the content that we consume is negative. It's about gossip, it's about fear, it's about conflict, right? And so if you want to surround yourself, your environment, with supportive and inspiring people, you should also want to surround yourself with supportive, encouraging, and inspiring content. And you have that choice. My camera's about to die. You have that choice. And so go through your feeds. Who do you need to delete? Who do you need to get rid of? What can you bring more of into your feeds, so that you feel supported, so that you feel inspired, so that you are in alignment with who you are becoming, so that the content that you're consuming is in alignment with who you are becoming. So it's very important for you to surround yourself with positivity, with encouragement. And just like we take care of our bodies by what we consume, by what we eat, by what we drink, we should also, if not even more importantly, pay attention to what we are consuming intellectually through our ears. What are we listening to? What are we watching? What are we reading? Right? So important. We don't pay attention to those things. We just mindlessly scroll, and we don't pay attention to what we're consuming. So be aware. Have that awareness for yourself as you're making these changes in your life. Pay attention to what you're consuming. Delete what's no longer resonating with you, what's no longer aligned with who you are becoming, and begin to bring more of that positivity into your life. And that's where you can start making more friends that are also in that same wavelength as you. Put yourself out there. I promise you, you're not the only one that's looking for expansive friends. You're not the only one who's making these changes in their lives. There are other people who also want to make friendships with you. And third thing is, be resilient in your belief in yourself, right? Our belief in ourselves is what gets us started, right? Maybe we believe that we're capable of something, and so we put ourselves out there, we try this thing, and then we fail. And then we get rejected. We hear no. Someone criticizes us or judges us, and so many of us allow that to hinder our growth, to stop us, to no longer try, because the pain of that rejection, the pain of that failure is so much that we just don't try again. It is in those moments when you fail, when you're rejected, when things don't go your way, when you're facing challenges and obstacles, that you get to practice this resilience in believing in yourself. You get to practice getting back up, dusting yourself off, and trying again. And that is where the relationship with yourself comes into play. How do you see yourself? What do you think about yourself? How do you handle rejection, right? What do you tell yourself when you're rejected? Do you take it personally? Do you judge yourself and criticize yourself? Or do you love yourself and have compassion for yourself and hold yourself and nurture yourself and love on yourself even more, right? If you can have that kind of love, that kind of relationship for yourself, you're able to keep showing up, because you don't make rejection or failure mean anything about you, right? You get to see that as part of the process, as part of what happens when you try something new, right? Sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. And when it doesn't, you get to try again. You get to evaluate your past actions, and you get to try again, maybe with different actions, maybe trying something new, right? Or maybe you just get to try it again because the first time you didn't tell enough people, right? So you get to be creative in how you put yourself out again, and you don't allow that failure to hinder you, to stop you. You don't quit on yourself. And so practicing this resilience in yourself is so important. And again, that is when you build this confidence in yourself. That is when you trying again, you getting back up, strengthens your confidence. And the more you get back up, the more confidence you gain, the more likely you are to succeed, to get the results that you want, right? And so you can hear and read and watch about confidence, but it is really about practicing, about taking action, and about having this relationship with yourself that allows you to try again, to continue to believe in yourself. And that is why it's so important to, the last two habits, right? To surround yourself with supportive people who encourage you to try again, who give you different ideas that maybe you weren't thinking of, who support you and who encourage you and who tell you, hey, it's okay, that's okay, I've gone through that as well. It doesn't mean anything, you just get to try again, right? You need that supportive system, that community, that sisterhood, and you get to celebrate that you tried. You get to celebrate your failures, right? Because that means that you tried, you got out of your comfort zone, you grew, you learned something, right? And so all of these habits are intertwined. They all come together. And so get into the habit of celebrating yourself, of surrounding yourself with supportive people. Get into the habit of continuing to believe in yourself no matter what. So those are the 3 habits that I encourage you to practice. It's not about perfection. It's not about being on this confidence mountain and never falling off of it. It's about the progress, the process, the journey of how you build that confidence and what you overcome and the challenges that you face and that you get to love yourself through. And it's in the process, in the progress, that you build confidence, you build the relationship with yourself, you empathize for others, right? So you begin to not just expand your capabilities of loving yourself, but also of loving others, of understanding others, of encouraging and supporting others. And I believe that that's what we're here for as human beings. We're not meant to live this life alone and go on this journey alone. We're meant to support and encourage others as well. So I hope that this was helpful. Go out there, celebrate yourself, go out there, surround yourself with supportive people, go out there and okay, we're back. My camera died there at the end. Yeah, keep believing in yourself. I think maybe that's where I left off. And if you need that support, if you want that community, the guidance, the empowerment, this is what I help my clients with. And I would love to help you, to support you, and to guide you through your own journey. I promise you, you are not alone when you feel these doubts and these fears, and sometimes like, oh my gosh, why is it taking so long? You're not alone, and I would love to help and support you. So down below is a link to a free consultation call where we will chat and just make sure that this is what you're looking for and that it's a good fit for both of us. So stay tuned for more videos here on my YouTube channel. If you want to come visit me, I hope you didn't hear that dog. Come visit me on Instagram. Let's hang out there. Come follow my journey. I'm going to share a lot more about my journey here in Hawaii, and more personal. I think I don't share much about behind the scenes in my life, so I would love to share that with you. So come along. I love you. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll talk to you soon.